Hello, welcome and thank you for attending this Ignite session. My name is Anand Sundaram and I'm a director working on Microsoft Azure. I'm thrilled to be speaking today about how you can accelerate innovation for your business by migrating and modernizing to Azure. We will first talk about why we are seeing many of you moving to the cloud and how Azure can be a great innovation platform for your entire digital estate. Next, we'll talk about common migration and modernization projects that we hear that you're working on. And then end with all the great tools and resources Microsoft has invested in to help you move to the cloud confidently. We saw the global pandemic serve as a catalyst for change. And today, organizations are not just trying to get to the cloud. They are trying to drive transformative business outcomes from operating in the cloud. The uncertainty has only accelerated innovation opportunities for all of us. Like the stats on the slide show, customers are looking to accelerate cloud adoption coming out of the pandemic. A majority of you are looking at using cloud-native innovation to transform your businesses. You all are experiencing heightened expectations and scrutiny on budgets and cost optimization and wanting to get the most out of your cloud investments. Hybrid and multi-cloud environments are the new normal and possibly even the future state for many of you, which has implications for how you look at your entire IT estate. So building on the above context, we are seeing several migration and modernization triggers speaking to many of you. The common ones include enabling hybrid work. So enabling flexible ways of working continues to be top of mind for many of you. The next typical one is data center contract expiry, right? This is another fork in the road to consider when moving to the cloud. Cybersecurity threats are much more prevalent, right? A lot of you are feeling more vulnerable to attackers with a dispersed and hybrid workforce. Rapidly scaling apps and infrastructure to meet surge demand is a scenario we've run to with several industries such as healthcare and retail, which have seen a surge in demand. And then scaling through the cloud is helping these industries meet these challenges and grow their business. Cash flow challenges is the last common trigger that we are seeing. So this includes cash flow challenges not just for you, our customers, but also for your entire ecosystem of suppliers and distributors, and even your end customers. So moving CapEx to OpEx, or rather moving from a CapEx model to an OpEx model, helps with predictability as you pay only for what you consume. And then you also have the ability to track spends systematically, right? Thereby enabling you to efficiently manage the budget and resource constraints given today's challenging fiscal environment. So sticking with the efficiency or doing more with less theme for a moment, I want to share a few more stats on how you can drive ops efficiencies by moving to Azure. And as important, to reinvest the savings from these efficiencies in newer projects to accelerate innovation. Let me touch on a couple of specific stats. First, across our offerings, we provide the best value at every stage of the cloud migration journey. For example, it is up to 80% less expensive to run Windows Server and SQL Server virtual machines on Azure than it is with our main competitor. This is due to unmatched offers like Azure Hybrid Benefit and free extended security updates only on Azure. Now, it's not just about costs. We offer unique capabilities to simplify VM management and the broadest SQL Server compatibility to ease your move. And with SQL Server 2012 just hitting the end of support milestone in July, and with Windows Server 2012 following, now is a great time to move these workloads to Azure. The second stat I want to touch on is from a recent business value study that we did with IDC, which was commissioned by Microsoft, where enterprises reported saving on time and effort and costs via much more efficient staffing levels, as well as a 391% ROI over 3 years after moving to Azure. Now, going beyond efficiencies, let me now summarize the top reasons why we are seeing many of our customers move to Azure. Firstly, Azure is a highly productive app and data platform which helps you innovate faster, be it modernizing existing apps or building new cloud-native apps, right? We are taking care of the underlying operational work. This includes a variety of innovative options on Azure, including fully managed PaaS, containers, low-code apps, and database as a service offerings. Next, Azure has enterprise-grade infrastructure for all your workloads, right? A great way to future-proof your business amidst this continued uncertainty is to move to highly secure, scalable, and available IaaS. From general-purpose workloads like Windows Server or Linux or VMware to your most mission-critical workloads like SAP. And you don't stop there, right? You can also transform your business processes by using rich data analytics and insights on top of your Azure infrastructure investments. The third reason that I want to touch on today is that enterprise needs and requirements are complex, be it regulations, security, or compliance, or even recognizing that investments will span multi-cloud, on-premises, and edge environments. Azure Arc is designed to give you that hybrid flexibility. With Azure Arc-enabled PaaS service, you can actually extend and deploy Azure services on premises, which allows you to use consistent application development practices across your hybrid environments. Similarly, with Azure Arc-enabled infrastructure, you can manage and govern your Windows Server and Linux investments the same way anywhere, across on-premises and multi-cloud environments. And then, of course, you can always move these workloads when they're ready to move. Finally, we have comprehensive programs, guidance, tools, and skilling to help you move successfully. And at the crux of all this is the Azure Migration and Modernization program, which provides the right mix of expert help, best practices, technical skilling, and incentives to reduce migration costs and guide you every step along the way. We'll cover AMMP in more detail later. I want to touch on one customer example who moved to Azure recently, O2. With a goal to become more agile, reduce costs, and scale faster, O2 in the Czech Republic moved a large number of its on-premises workloads to Azure, including important help desk ticketing and customer self-service applications. So today, O2 is improving the customer experience through a modernized cloud platform, saving 30% of TCO over 5 years for every workload they moved, and also innovating faster by reducing their innovation cycles from 6 months to 1 month. So now here is a summary of the typical modernization and migration projects we see many of you are investing in. Firstly, you may have some apps that might be customer-facing or internal. For example, these could be .NET or Java apps that you're looking to move. Or you might have some databases like SQL or MySQL or NoSQL that in many cases support your .NET or Java applications. Or you may have some Windows Server or Linux environments that provide the OS layer for your apps and also host key infrastructure needs like Active Directory or DNS and so on, right? Or you may have several VMware virtualized environments that you're looking to migrate as is to build on your existing VMware investments and skill sets. Or you might be running mission-critical SAP environments that you'd like to move to the cloud very carefully. Or VDI environments that enable remote experiences for all your employees, right? And then beyond all of these, we also see projects around Oracle migration and mainframe migration as well, right? And then as you look to move, you're also looking to ensure that your cloud environments are secure and well-managed. And then you also maintain the hybrid and multi-cloud flexibility as you move. Now, the good news is that we have a comprehensive set of resources and investments to help you be successful with these projects. Let's now touch on the key areas that we're investing in to help you. So we offer a comprehensive collection of guidance, tools, and programs, most of which can be organized into the following 3 categories: proven guidance, programs, partners, and tools, and then learning and skilling resources. You can get dedicated expert help from Azure engineers, partners, and programs such as FastTrack for Azure, the Azure Migration and Modernization program to adopt Azure at the pace you need. We also have several self-serve options for you, like our Azure Migrate tool, which is available for you at no cost. And it's a great way to get started on your own. And then knowing that access to the right skill sets are key to long-term success, we have comprehensive learning resources for your teams to build their cloud skills and use Azure confidently. Let's now get into a little bit detail on each of these areas, starting with proven guidance. Now, the cloud migration and modernization journey is a continuous process that involves change management spanning people, process, and technology. Taking a holistic approach will not only help you navigate the journey successfully, but also help ensure that your organization realizes new benefits, including efficiency, agility, and scale once your workloads are running in the cloud. So our approach is predicated on the Microsoft Cloud Adoption Framework. Right? You start with defining what is driving your move. We touched on these motivation triggers previously in this session, if you might recall. Next, we want you to involve and align key stakeholders to your motivators for the move. And to maximize buy-in, we've seen many of our customers create a center of excellence, which comprises a cross-functional team made up of IT, finance, and application and business owners. Next, during the move, you got to plan for your migration and modernization to be iterative, right? And we recommend waves of workloads that you move one after the other. For example, based on your business goals, you might migrate some workloads to modernize them later, or modernize some workloads directly if they are core to your business. And then after the move, we recommend a keen focus on government, management, and cost optimization. And then security is always a consideration throughout the journey and captured well within the cloud adoption framework. Next, we saw how at the business level, the cloud adoption framework helps you define a strategy, plan for it, and then manage the execution. When it comes to your workloads, however, you must think about how you're going to architect them optimally as they move. This workload-specific guidance is part of what we call the Azure Well-Architected Framework, which has 5 core pillars: reliability, cost optimization, operational excellence, performance efficiency, and security. Right? So WAF provides you design principles based on proven practices and patterns from customer deployments so that your workloads can successfully run on Azure. Next, let's touch on our programs. Our flagship Migration and Modernization program, or AMP, was built to help simplify and accelerate your cloud adoption journey. AMP has helped thousands of customers successfully unlock the benefits of cloud with the right mix of expert help and best practices at each step. AMP provides support for a wide range of common migration and modernization projects that we touched on previously. Today, AMP supports a variety of projects, including infrastructure and database migration, virtual desktop migration, SAP, apps, and data modernization, as well as cloud-native projects. AMP provides offers and incentives based on your needs, be it subsidized services from partners or Azure credits to offset transition costs as you move. AMP helps skill up your organization on Azure so you can move confidently and be successful on an ongoing basis right from day one. AMP offers prescriptive step-by-step guidance, including participation from our specialized partners and Azure engineers, right from assessments to planning to execution. And then sustainability is a core priority for us at Microsoft and also for many of you. AMP enables you to deliver sustainable outcomes for your company. In fact, our 2020 Environmental Sustainability Report shows that you can achieve up to 93% more energy efficiency and up to 98% more carbon efficiency by moving to the cloud versus stay on premises. Now, AMP, like I was saying earlier, has helped several customers in their journey, and we're always thrilled to be part of our customers' successes. Let's look at 3 recent examples where AMP helped Jotun, Atmosera, and Plancer with just the right guidance and help, such as access to FastTrack for Azure engineers, proven guidance, and automated tools that they needed for a successful cloud move. Now, like I mentioned previously, AMMP supports a breadth of your migration and modernization needs across apps, infrastructure, and data. Now, many of you have shared feedback that you need additional help to ensure your environments and workloads are secure and well managed. And you also told us that you need help with your hybrid cloud needs. To that end, I'm excited to announce two things around AMMP. AMMP now helps you plan for and deploy cloud security services like Microsoft Defender for Cloud and Microsoft Sentinel as you move. Next, AMMP now helps enable Azure Arc for on-premises workloads that aren't ready to move yet. We are really excited about these announcements, and we look forward to seeing you take advantage of them. Now, let's talk about Azure Migrate, a free self-serve tool. Azure Migrate simplifies migration and modernization with an automated experience across your apps, infrastructure, and data. With one centralized cloud service, you can discover, assess, migrate, and modernize your workloads. We have extensive first and third-party tooling, including with ISVs, to help you with your migration and modernization journey. And everything is in one place, so you have end-to-end visibility of the migration process. We have recently announced some new capabilities for Azure Migrate, including a new feature to modernize your .NET web apps to Azure Kubernetes Service and Azure App Service. Today, we are excited to announce a comprehensive migration and modernization assessment capability for SQL Server. This new capability helps you easily discover and assess your entire SQL estate at scale. It helps you identify ideal migration and modernization targets for Azure SQL. And it comes with cost optimization guidance built in. Soon, we will be coming out with modernization for Java Tomcat to Azure Kubernetes Service and Azure App Service as well. Now, we've heard consistently that lack of access to the right skill sets is a barrier to cloud adoption in many organizations. Microsoft offers a comprehensive collection of free training options that empower technical professionals to learn in a style that fits them best. In closing, I hope you found this session valuable and learned some of the many resources Microsoft Azure has for your successful cloud journey. Thank you for joining me today, and good luck with your move to Azure.